Hey guys, I'm Michael, here to help you get ripped. In this video, we're going to teach you how to squat to build those massive legs and gain some strength. Are you ready? So when performing the squat, the first thing we want to obviously do is go ahead and approach that bar and place your hands evenly, but anywhere where you please. There shouldn't be any excess strain on your wrist or any wrist pain. So once your hands are firmly grasped on the bar, go ahead and go underneath it evenly. Something you can use to help you is a center knurling. It's that pattern in the middle. A lot of weightlifting bars have that. So go ahead and stare at that and then go underneath the bar. I don't know why this is so hard for a lot of people, but they tend to squat unevenly with the bar on them. So once you go ahead and go underneath it, you want to place the bar where it's comfortable on top of your back muscle. And some of you I know are going to be saying, I don't have any back muscle, Michael. Yeah, you do. You got to find that spot. Everyone has that spot where it's going to be comfortable on your back. You just have to find it. And I'm going to show you, some people are going to put it higher, right? And they're called high bar squatters, and some people are going to put it lower, and they're called low bar squatters. So again, it comes down to preference. So when you do have it firmly planted, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together, keep everything tight, and go ahead and plant your feet underneath that bar and place your hips underneath it and go ahead and push upwards and unrack it. You want to step backwards using little steps so you don't fall, and set your feet at that natural width. Some people are going to have a wider stance, some people are going to have a narrower stance. Some people are going to have their feet straight ahead, and some people are going to have them pointed outwards. That's perfectly fine. It comes up to how your hips are aligned, but your feet should not be pointed inward. And then once our feet are firmly planted, we want to go ahead and brace ourselves. So a weightlifting belt will replicate this, but you can also tighten your core and hold your breath. And right before you go down, it's important to mention that you look straight ahead or even upwards. You shouldn't be looking downwards, because I find when people look downwards, they're going to lean forward more and they're going to have a posterior pelvic tilt. And I'll get into that when we're in the hole. So you want to go down as low as you can. And essentially, you're going to want to get at least parallel. Once you get below parallel, you're involving more of your posterior chain, which includes your hamstrings and your glutes, but it's going to require a lot more flexibility. If you can't get all the way down to parallel, you need to work on your mobility. You need to do static and dynamic stretches and gradually work into the full stretch of the movement, the full range of the movement. When you're in the hole, you want your feet to be flat, and you don't want your knees to be excessively over your toes. Your knees can be slightly over your toes, but they shouldn't be extremely over your toes. If they are, try to sit back more into the movement like you're trying to reach backwards for a chair. When we're in the hole, going back to that posterior pelvic tilt thing, we don't want this. We want an anterior pelvic tilt, which is also known as the butt wink. And this is the same thing that I went over in my deadlift tutorial video. We want to have our back safe, and we want to not have excess strain. And I'm even going to show you a picture so you guys can understand what this is. Once we're in the hole and everything is good, we want to push straight upwards. And I'm going to mention a couple points that I see that need to be corrected. So the first thing is not feet flat. I'll see people's heels rise or even their feet cave inward. And your heels rising can be due to tight ankles or weak or tight hamstrings. And we need to fix this, as it puts you at more risk than necessary. Another thing that I'll see is that people's knees will cave inward when they're on the concentric movement. So when they're on the eccentric movement going down, they're perfectly fine. But once they're in that hole, their knees cave in, and when they're pushing up, their knees continue to be caved in. if you look at professional athletes, their knees are going to cave in. And this is almost like a twitch, and it's controlled for the most part. But with inexperienced lifters, they're doing this out of their weak abductors. They don't have strong abductors versus their adductors. I'll show you another picture as their names are very similar. Or it could be also due to other muscle imbalances. Another cue to give you to keep your feet flat is think about 4 corners of your feet. And this is an Elliott Hulse reference. Think of 4 corners of your feet and try to keep those firmly planted on the ground. Once you have all these things, you're going to push straight upwards, do as many reps as you like, and then go ahead and step forward to where you're going to rack it and look at both sides and make sure it's on that rack, and then go ahead and release from underneath it. I hope this video helped, guys. If it did, be sure to smash that like button and help a friend out by sharing it with them. Comment down below what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys next time.